Hi everyone, it's Utilisées here for the 19 of 31 days of today. We are going to review Halloween, the new one, so the one of 2018. And before we go on to doing that, I just wanted to say why there was not a day 18. And it's because yesterday as day 18 I was having, I have, if you might not be aware of that on that channel, but I have what it's called Meniere's disease. And Meniere's disease gives you like some attacks of vertigo and lots of stuff. I'll invite you to Google it. And yesterday I had like a massive attack and I had to stop working, and after that I was just too tired to do anything but just like watch telly. So that's what I was learning. That's why there was not a day 18. And now on to the review of Halloween. So the new one, the story is basically like 40 years later after the first one. And also I'm just going, because I'm like super tired, I'm just gonna read my notes and try to be very quick because I want to take a nap. That's right, like an old lady and a small child. And so the new one, Halloween H40 as I call it, is based, like I said, 40 years later. So Laurie, played by Jamie Lee Curtis, is now a grandma, and Michael is also like in the late 40s, early 50s. And he's in jail, of course, and he's an old man, and he's gonna try to escape. He's gonna escape, actually. You can guess that from the trailer. And so it starts with those two, I'm guessing, like British reporters, journalists who are doing like a podcast on like the psychology behind Michael Myers. They go into prison to try and get something out of him. Of course they don't manage to do that, besides just everyone around him going crazy, and him is just... By the way, you might hear behind me some crazy sound. It's my motion detector, which is a witch because it's Halloween. Of course, after watching the movie I went to Pound Lounge. I'm gonna turn that off. Oh jeez. And so, yes, like I was saying, I went to Canon and I read the store for Halloween decorations. And so the two go see Michael and don't get out much of him because he's got like this composure, and he's like, for years of practice, he's got very like, he know how to say don't say nothing, because like one of his doctors says he chose not to talk even though he can do it. And so he's obviously in a psychiatric sort of prison or rehabilitation center. Of course, Michael's being transferred, and those notes might be a little not ordered as it should be. But I'm gonna say about the Michael being transferred, I think that's probably like real close from the truth, that Michael planned everything, as in, you don't make the transfer happen by himself. But my theory is that Michael chose not to talk because he's not a talker, but also because he's very clever. And so even though he's been like 40 years not talking, and because he went to like this prison specifically for no, he didn't choose to go there obviously, but they wanted like to research the mind of Michael Myers, as in like the government and psychiatrists and psychologists. And so by saying nothing, even though with like by doing not much, the research didn't go anywhere basically, and so that's why they're transferring him to like a lesser grade prison for him, as like the prison where he is at the moment, where he was kind of not as harsh as a max facility. And so I think he planned not to say nothing and not to do nothing for like that long until they finally decided to transfer him. And then because of the transfer, obviously he is very clever, Michael, like most of psychopaths, they're very clever, and so he knew he could have the opportunity to escape, and that's what he's done. And that's my theory, that it's like said like this for many decades on purpose. And so what I kind of liked about the movie is that there's a little part of Michael's face that is shown, and even though like sometimes it's like just like the back of his face, or like the back of his face is crane and neck, and sometimes it's the side, and sometimes you can kind of see this, but it's like blurry, and it's not because it's too in this face, you can't see that much. And I think, oh, maybe we're gonna finally see Michael's face, but of course no, we don't. Not really. And what I like about that they kind of did the same with several men in the same kind of age range. And so by doing this, it's like, oh my god, is it Michael? So it can like induce a little paranoia, I couldn't say that well, induce a little paranoia, making, oh my, is it Michael? Because they're like same age range, so like late 40s, early 50s, black male with like grey peppery hair. And so I was like, that's clever. I already said about Michael composure, because he stays like still when you can see in obviously when it's killing people, but also like in the prison, like still always stay the same. The only moments where he did a movement was when one of the journalists got the mask out. You can see like a little head movement, but that was it really. Something I found a bit weird, but throughout the movie, I was like, maybe it's a clever choice. It's a choice from Laurie, who decided to build some sort of fortress in the middle of nowhere, like in the middle of the woods. I was wondering, if you know someone's gonna come after you to try and kill you, what are you building yourself like a fortress in a house in the middle of nowhere? You might want like people around in case they can help, or I don't know. But throughout the movie I was thinking, maybe it's a clever choice, because she obviously wants to kill him. That's what she says to one of the police officers, or sheriff. She said, why did you wait? She said, I pray for him to escape. And he said, why do you pray for such stupid things? Like, because I want to kill him. Duh. Like, I think because she wanted to kill him, she wanted to do that without anyone stopping her doing so. And in that, it cannot make sense that she built a fortress in the middle of nowhere, to not only to protect herself, but also to make Michael come there and kill him in peace, I want to say, without much people stopping her. Michael choice of not talking back, I said already. The rest I can't. Oh no, make faster, that I said. Also, you might see me read a lot, and then a lot of like not long but like silences, because I don't want to make any cuts, because like I said, I want to take a nap. So shockering face off, yeah, that said. Petrol station, yes. So at the moment there's like the two journalists are in a petrol station. You can see Michael in the background, so I like how the shots like focus on the person like doing the movement, so like the journalist, like the lady going to the bathroom, or like the guy checking out stuff, like the guy journalist. But also like in the background, although it's blurry, you know that the camera and the director are focusing on actually what's happening in the background. And what's happening in the background is that you can see Michael, I mean, you guess that it's Michael killing someone. And so I was like, that's not nice obviously, but nice in the way of showing what's happening. So like a lot of clever shots in that movie. Ignored I can't read that, it's too bad. Oh yes, no, ignore the baby. So at some point when Michael's escape, and that's obviously on the night of Halloween, he goes in like people's houses to like get his knife, like his weapon of choice, I call that a bit later on, and he killed like someone for a reason. I was like, why'd you kill that person? I mean, he killed someone to get the knife, and then he goes on to another house and he killed another lady. But I was like, why do you kill that person? I mean, it feels like the petrol station people cannot make sense in a way, because maybe they don't want the journalists to do what they were doing. But the lady, that lady in particular, the lady who had the baby, I was like, what? But what I found interesting, that after killing her, he went on his way. You could hear a baby in the background. He's like, oh my god, is he gonna kill the baby? Is he not gonna kill the baby? And he came in front of the crib. You can see Michael looking at the baby and then just going on his way. I was just wondering, why did he ignore that baby? And I wanted to feel like he was feeling like, oh no, I shouldn't not kill a baby, but he said psychopath. So does he have the ability of feeling that? I think that's one of the doctors said, like the main doctor, he wanted to know what Michael feels when killing people, and what he feels like, what made him that way. But I'm not sure he has the chemical capacity to do that. So I found that interesting though, because I'm not a psychopath, and also like the doctor, I like to know people's mind, and that's why I think I like horror, because it shows like some background on like people's psychological background, not in like problems, but like psychology of people. So I thought, did he not kill the baby because he cared? He didn't want to kill like such a young person, or because the baby did not like serve any purpose to him, or because killing him would be like a loss of time. I just found that very interesting and very curious of him. Was it because he's defenseless and was like took pity of him, or because he was worthless? Yes. Something I like also, or like a choice of shots and the camera shots, was the close-ups on certain objects, like the knife. When the lady put the knife on the counter, and then you can see like the camera doesn't move, but you guess that the focus is going to be on the knife, and then when he cleans the knife, you know the focus on it is just like, oh my god, what is he going to do with it? And also towards the end, there's a focus on the knife to make you wonder, is that another, just a shot to say there's going to be another Halloween, like H60, who knows. The focus on the windy sheets outside of the, I think that's the daughters of Laurie, and there's like some sheets hanging in the garden, and there's like focus on movement of it, make you wonder, is there gonna be someone behind it? Is he gonna be behind it or not? And it was like, it's like, you looking to create fear here, and like, it's not, I don't think there are many jump scares or at all in that movie actually, but it's like the paranoia and you make you question everything. It's like, that's what makes you scared or like anxious about watching that movie, and I found very very great. And there's a shot also, like a close up on the doctor's pen at some point, where he's got like a pen in his hand and wonder, what's gonna happen? There's a lot of time in the movies when there's like a close up on something, it's like you're wondering what's gonna happen with it. Most of the time something actually happens, but sometimes there's a thing happening with it. Like in some of the movies, so Laurie in the basement, she's like builds something in the basement to like protect herself, and she covered that with like a movable kitchen counter, and she's got like a little remote control for that, and she put it on like another counter, and you think like, it feels like the scene not focused that much, but you feel like there's some attention drawn to that remote control, but in the end nothing really happens with that remote control, so it's like tricks you a little bit. Looking at details are not that important really. The music was just great at the beginning. When you hear the music, like the Halloween theme, you're just like, oh my god, this is really. And I think when this came out, I was like, oh my god, is it actually the first Halloween movie I watched in the cinema? Because obviously when the first one came out in 1978, I wasn't born. I was born 13 years later. And I think H20 when was that? Yeah, I was alive, but I don't think that if it was that 20 years ago, if it was a bit later than that. I think I was like a teenager, maybe a bit less than a teenager when this came out, but obviously didn't go. If I was less than a teenager, I obviously didn't go to the movies to see that. But yeah, I think that really is that first Halloween movie I saw, and I'm glad I went to see that movie, even though I was a bit tired. But because that was great. I really liked it. But let's carry on with my review of it. So like the music, obviously that was great, because it's the theme, you know, brings you back to like Halloween and the beginning of Halloween, and also all the instrumental music used. They are like typical of like the late 70s or early 80s kind of movies, and I thought like, oh, that's great. You do like the modern with like the old stuff, and I thought that was great. Simply that. The rest, yes, there's an unexpected twist. I was like, oh my god, that shocked me a little. I was like, why? But what? But when? How? It just didn't. I'm not obviously gonna tell you because I want this twist to surprise you as well. But that was unexpected and bloody. I'm gonna say that. The basement stuff, I thought, like the remote control left on the counter, I thought that's a bit stupid, and I thought I was a bit tricked with that, but Michael didn't use it because Michael is just a human force. He just moves stuff with his own hand. He doesn't need a remote control. He's just too strong for that. And something I found a bit stupid, just a little detail, that while Laurie shot the scene, because thinking of Michael being super strong, I thought if she shot the ceiling, then there's a hole in the ceiling, then Michael can just punch his way down. And it's like, don't do that. Why are you doing this? First you really like your sort of location, and then you give him an opportunity to just come down and just kill you savagely. Something I found quite nice and clever about the fortress booby trap house of Laurie was that she used like the store like grill coming down, like storefront, to just shield any room she's visiting, checking out to see if Michael's there. If not there, she just press a button and then something comes down to just for not him and her not to go there, and so she knows not to go back in that room. She knows that he could not be in that room because she wasn't there, so she doesn't need anyhow. So that's clever. Obviously she spent many years booby trapping that house and protecting herself. That was just like, that's clever. Well done, Laurie. What else? Where's that final? Oh, the final room. There's a lot of references beside the Halloween theme. There's a lot of references to the first Halloween. Some that obviously get, but obviously didn't get all of it. So there's one of the references I obviously got is quite obvious. It's like there's one of friend of the goddaughter. She's a babysitter. She's blonde. She's babysitting a baby. Like a kid on Halloween, and she's alone in the house. The parents are out, they're watching a movie, then the kids go to sleep, that stuff. There's a dollhouse that looks, I can't remember because I watched the Halloween, the first one, a very long time ago, but it looks like the actual house of when Laurie was where Laurie was babysitting that night. And also because there's a focus on it, it's like, yeah, we're showing you the house because it is the house, like the dollhouse, because it is the house. And also at the end, because there's a long focus on it, a longer focus, like proper focus, it's like a camera movement, and then there's a house in the center of the camera shot. And also towards the end, if you watch the end credits, you can see that there's some footage of Halloween of 1978 that was used, and they were thinking for which I think it was Universal for allowing them to use the footage. So I thought it was like nice. And also the balcony in the room when Laurie found Michael and they like start fighting. You can see that the balcony is similar, and obviously the reference is also with like the closet, because she hid in a closet and she thought that Michael would be there for like a try and trick her and scare her. He wasn't. But there's like at some point in the balcony you think that's the, oh my god, that's the balcony, and then someone fell over, and it's like almost the exact same shot of the person falling over, and then the camera filming whoever's done the grass in the garden, and then there's a shot on like whoever is still in the room, and then a shot in on this person who was to be in the garden but is no longer there. It's like that was nice. I thought I really like that. The dollhouse already said, obviously I've got terrible. That's the thing with me. I've got terrible memory. Laurie. Oh yeah, something I really liked and I quite liked about movies in general about the character Laurie. Just since the first one, and that Laurie, even though she was obviously traumatized, and because she's traumatized, she's done stuff she should have done, specifically with her daughter. Even though she's traumatized, she's like ready for the fight. Laurie's a warrior and she's a fighter, and I really like her. It's like, that's a bit me. And like, not that traumatized, thankfully, but yeah, she thought that the focus on her being a fighter and being ready to fight. She's like in war. I don't know if you can say that. Like, yeah, I'm gonna say that in war with Michael, and there's like a towards the end, there's like a focus on the daughter, the granddaughter, and the grandmother, obviously being like, yeah, we're gonna kick your ass. It's like, you don't fuck with us, woman, we're gonna kick your ass. And yeah, it's like, oh, that's nice. Like showing women like strong, powerful, and you're like, we tricked you. That was cool. That was very, very cool. Also in my notes, I noticed I written MJ because there was that's not a reference to Michael Jackson, but it's just simpler. But when towards the end, that's a bit of a spoiler. If no one hear the rest, like the video, subscribe, and notification bell, or come back tomorrow for day 20. But now it's just a bit of a spoiler. So thank you for watching the video so far, and if you stayed, thank you very much. And so the final, I think another reason why I think there's going to be another Halloween after that, mostly because it's a Halloween, it's like age 40, and there's a lot of movie obviously going to be generated with that. And also there will be a recipe not to do another one, because Halloween, you're sure people are going to check that out just by curiosity. But one of the reasons is that because at the end, when they're in the basement, they go out and Michael is there, he's been trapped in the basement, they're like fire, because Laurie is very clever, as clever as Michael, but not as evil as Michael. And you can see there's like Michael, like the shot of the camera shot on Michael, like it's like, you got me a little bit, and burning. You can see like the fire in just behind him, and at some point you can see that the camera inside the basement, which is burning. You can't see Michael, so you're supposing maybe because he's just a human after all, maybe he's just fainting, he's just on the floor burning. But at some point the shot in the background, you can see a bit of the floor, but you can't see him. And I thought, even though he's just a human being like everyone else, and he's got his weakness like fire, because he's strong and strong-willing, I thought he's gonna stand until he's dead. But I thought, because of that, I thought, yeah, he's not dead. He probably found a way to escape again. And I thought a bit weird on Laurie's part, she have done such like a panic room a bit of a basement without, and obviously blocking like the entrance on up top, and without any other exit. So if that's the kitchen counter was the only exit, that makes sense, then he's dead. But I think Laurie might have like done some like plan B escape plan. And I think there might be another exit that Michael finds, but I really think he's not dead. And also, if you stay towards the end of the credits, I only said because the light in the cinema weren't on again. And I thought there's gonna be like something like, a bit like with the Marvel movies, something's gonna come on screen. I don't want to miss that. And nothing came up on screen as in like images, but you can hear at the end of the end credits Michael breathing, as in like through the mask, like he's very famous breathing. It's like maybe it's just like a reference of Michael to say like, oh man, that was a scary movie, but I really think there's gonna be another one. And I'm pretty sure in the next few days I'm gonna say, oh, there's gonna be another movie, which would be really nice, because it really was great. It was excellent. I gave it on Instagram, which I will put here. You should follow me. 5 pumpkin, but because it was that great. And yeah, the final close-up on when the grandmother, the daughter, and the granddaughter are in the police car, the close-up on the knife, because the granddaughter took the knife that was left by Michael on like one of the kitchen top thingy to stab him, to force him let go of mother's leg. But then she still has somehow the knife in her hand in the police car, which we thought that the police would have taken the knife for like evidence. I was wondering, is it a close-up on the knife because to show that Michael was finally defeated by like his victim, or is it a close-up on the knife because the granddaughter, and the grandmother were like very close? Is it to show that she's gonna end up like a grandmother, like a fighter, or like just it cut so a bit like traumatized, or like I don't know. I thought it was weird, and maybe another sign to say that there's gonna be another one. But I found that very interesting, all those close-ups in the movie. It's just a symbol because it's the Michael weapon of choice, because yeah, it's Michael supposedly dead. I have my doubts on that. A little details I really like is the orange note because of Halloween, like the little envelope. I was like, oh, that's a cute note and a cute reference. At the beginning, when the journalist and the envelope to Laurie with the money inside. And yeah, that was a great movie altogether. This review is going to be super long. I'm sorry, but if you watch all the way, thank you. If you're not Chris, thank you, Chris, for watching all the way. But if you're anybody else than my best friend, thank you for watching. Or my mom, or anybody else that just liked the movie and liked the review and me reviewing movie. Thank you very much for being there. If you're new on the channel, thank you for being there. Welcome. And yeah, so like I said, 5 Pumpkin. Yeah, that was a great movie. Definitely worth watching. I'm sure there's like little things that's just like a bit fell in the movie, but honestly I just didn't pay much attention to them because I really liked it and I really enjoyed myself, and now I'm really gonna enjoy my nap. I'm supposed to study as well, but I was like, fuck this shit, I'm gonna take a nap. And yeah, see you tomorrow for day 20. Before you go, don't forget to like, share the video, subscribe, and notification bell to receive notification, blah blah blah. Yeah, see you tomorrow for day 20 of 31 Days of Horror. Bye!